What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So there's been a bunch of interesting stuff and some new cards that have been revealed over the past 24 to 48 hours. I didn't make a full breakdown of the Metafo support because I really am not going to get back into the old habit of just spamming out videos left and right. I just put a video out on Sunday and I was like, you know what? I think that's good, and maybe if more stuff comes out, I'll put it all together in one video, and I think that's what I'm going to do. This video is brought to you by the Fatal Core trading card game. The Fatal Core Online TCG has been growing rapidly over the last year, and now the developers are proud to present a full Steam release scheduled for early 2021. Fatal Core is 100% free of purchases and offers login bonuses just for signing in, so it's really easy to get access to their huge card pool of interesting and powerful creature and spell cards. Fatal Core also has an online marketplace where users can safely sell, buy, and trade their cards for in-game currency, and the dynamic visuals, which are definitely on display anytime you open packs, are just a wonder to behold. Fatal Core also has a tutorial mode to help you learn the game and 3 separate ways to get in on the battle action. Whether you're spectating, playing ranked, or taking on the AI to better get a hang of things, you'll be met with Fatal Core's fast and incredible gameplay. Fatal Core also features simultaneous play, which means neither player gets an advantage just for going first. Battles, summons, and even spells are played at the same exact time. This leads to exciting, unpredictable, and insanely fun battles that you are going to be addicted to. Fatal Core has 6 different lead characters to choose from who all have their own unique playstyles, abilities, and strengths to keep things interesting, but also come with weaknesses to stay balanced at the same time. And I haven't even mentioned the special field layouts that can give the players and creatures bonus effects. Sign up for Fatal Core today at fatalcoretcg.com or by using the link in the description below, and look out for the Steam release early next year. First, I want to talk about this absolutely fantastic and stunning alternate artwork of E-Hero Stratos. I mean, this is a card that obviously so much of the Yu-Gi-Oh community revere. I feel like Stratos is one of the very rare cards that transcends generations, because if you're an old school Yu-Gi-Oh boomer like myself and you've played through all the eras of Yu-Gi-Oh, like you remember in GX when it was such a prominent card in the meta, it's all play in so many different tier 1 decks. You obviously still remember the card being so powerful, but even newer Yu-Gi-Oh players, like they look at Stratos and they're like, yeah, this card's still ridiculous and powerful and necessary in heroes that are current. You know, the current hero builds that run like Ferris and all the new support. So I absolutely love seeing a new version of Stratos. And one of the things that I like what they did with this alternate artwork is they put a heavier emphasis on the kind of jetpacks of Stratos, the big fans, the blades that he has, the wind blades that he has. I mean, his name in the OCG is Airman, like, so I kind of feel like that needs to be one of the things Konami, you know, definitely puts out there, that Stratos can fly. He's got this like giant jetpack wings on his back. This looks absolutely fantastic, and you know, for my money, Stratos is the most iconic card from the entire GX era, definitely deserving of an alternate art. And this kind of gets me excited for Maximum Gold, because I'll just be honest with you guys, so far what Konami had shown before this, Blue Eyes, you know, reprint, Dark Magician reprint, Red Eye, like I don't care at all. Like, show me something interesting, either brand new cards or show me some, you know, alternate artwork, something to get me excited, and this is definitely it. Now, the Metafo support, and I know some people are like, Cap G, you were so wrong. Konami made pendulums. Like, okay, look, I was wrong. But we're not even getting these cards this year. Like, I mean, come on. We still went basically an entire year in the TCG with not a single pendulum card. And no, some scuffed DDD imports don't count. I'm talking about like new cards, brand new archetypes, which they're still not, I still don't see any brand new pendulum archetypes. I don't know about that. But yeah, the Metafo stuff actually looks pretty good. So I read all the cards. One of my first reactions, or my first impressions, was this new Link monster, this ain't it. Like, obviously nothing is going to compare to Electromite. Konami was not going to make an Electromite 2.0 because, I mean, even in the OCG where they have Electromite, the card's at 1. I don't think Electromite is going to come back in the TCG, honestly, even because of this support. But my first reaction was the Link monster kind of sucked, but everything else felt pretty good. And I was watching Lithium's video where he was kind of testing out the cards, they seemed pretty good. Now, Magician Souls we already knew was like, you know, nuts in Metaphos because of fusion and combination and all that stuff. But the new Metaphos stuff seems pretty good. More ways to pop your skills. The new fusion, when it's summoned, instantly gets rid of one of your opponent's cards. It actually can become a pendulum scale, which it's another one of those fusion pendulum kind of like hybrids. But the new Link monster, that one seems like it seems kind of trash. But I mean, honestly, the other cards seem pretty good. Now, the new Ice Barrier support is interesting, and I don't mean necessarily interesting in a good way. So they got a level 5 monster. It's kind of like a pseudo Cyber Dragon for Ice Barriers. You can special summon it when your opponent has a monster, and actually that's a requirement, but you also have to have an Ice Barrier. So you need 2 conditions to be met, and I don't know if I really love that, to be honest, because it eliminates the card from even hitting the field if you're going first. Like turn 0, you just can't summon it unless, I don't know, like you playing traditional and you like grinder golem your opponent or something like that. You force a monster to their side of the field. But anyways, it searches Ice Barrier spell on summon, which is fine, except the Ice Barrier spell and trap pool kind of sucks. They have Medallion, which is like a Rhoda for Ice Barriers, and that's fine. But generally speaking, Ice Barriers don't have very good spells and traps. I mean, Ice Barriers historically have only had one good kind of powerful aspect, and that of course is the synchro monsters. So I feel like Konami is trying to lock Ice Barriers into maybe being a go second deck, because the new Trishula, the level 11 one, that's basically going to replace Star Eater in a lot of decks if you can summon 11s. You know, that card only works if your opponent has cards on the field. So maybe Konami's trying to make this a go second deck. They got a new spell card, which I think the best part about it is honestly the artwork. It looks really cool. I think that's Cleaford Scout that they're looking at. I could be wrong about that. Keep in mind, Ice Barriers are a dual terminal deck. So the event of Dual Terminal 3 is still happening on the same planet as the Ice Barriers anyways. Yeah, this card, I don't know, man. It feels so high risk, high reward. And in a world where Ash Blossom is the most popular card in Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know, these cards that allow you to tribute monsters, but they're a cost, that can be kind of dicey. I mean, yeah, this lets you summon a bunch of monsters from your deck, although they have to have different names. Just feels like if you get ashed, you're probably going to take a lot of negs and end up losing. Now, this card has a recovery aspect because you can banish it, and you can add one of your banished or Ice Barrier monsters from the graveyard. But to me, it feels like it doesn't move the needle. And honestly, I still don't really know what Konami's trying to have Ice Barriers do. It just feels like Konami wants you to go second and just try to trish your opponent. But I don't know, like it feels like they need cards to kind of make that easier to get through, because when I look at the new Ice Barrier support, they have some individual pieces where I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice, but I still don't really see the coherent strategy. I still don't know, again, other than just trying to go second and summon Trish into whatever your opponent has on field. I don't know what the hell Ice Barrier are really supposed to do. So maybe one of you guys can explain it to me, but with all these cards revealed, still don't feel like they have a like strong coherent strategy other than just, you know, try and summon Trish. And if it doesn't work, oh well, go to the next game. Anyways, whatever you guys thought about this stuff, you leave that in the comment section below. Go watch Lithium's video if you guys want to see those new Metapho cards in action. They're actually pretty damn cool.